I'll be turning 30 very soon, in a little over 2 weeks. But I would like to share some guidance that if you resonate to it, you do. If you don't, you don't. There's a lot out there, and for those that need the guidance that's being shared, you'll know, right? This isn't to overwhelm or to add something to your need to do better list that I think a lot of us do have. It's not about that. It's just helping to make life easier. The guidance that I have to share with you is learning how to come back to self and practicing that. I am practicing it. I'm deconstructing the things that had me always looking outside of myself. There is a lot of external noise. A lot. And from what I've learned, a lot of it tries to perpetuate your life journey, or perpetuates that you want that as your life journey, to be a part of it. There's a lot of insinuating and assumption, control, manipulation. So the external noise will have you in the spaces of that consistently throughout your life, which is looking outside of yourself. And we do it throughout our life, almost every day of every month, of every year. This is important, so we look there. That's important, we look there. If we don't have that, we feel depleted, we feel depressed. If that's not the way that it is, we question why. It's constantly looking externally, what everyone else is doing, what society is doing, what's right and all that, and looking, internalizing. And as I realized, never asking self what self wants. This is not universal, but in some aspect of this human experience, a lot of us were not taught to actually seek what we want to seek. We're taught to follow what others have deemed to be worthy enough to follow and good enough. It's not based on what we think is good enough. It's based on what someone else has deemed as good enough. And that can be very debilitating to someone who will only ever be the person who walks your own life journey. Well, I cannot say enough in this video. There's so much to say with this. Coming back to self is you hearing the external noise. I'm putting it as the big picture. You hearing the external noise and remaining grounded in yours. If someone comes to you and says, I'm a lawyer, I make this much money, I drive this car, what do you do? Your answer is in alignment with you and your path, no matter how that looks. No matter what. If their intention for saying that is a projection, right? You don't meet it with explaining why this meets the same level they're trying to get you to meet. It's simply, I clean houses. I have an awesome garden. I have a ferret. I love that ferret. Oh, I love my teas. Have you ever tried peppermint tea? It's practicing to not internalize either their projection, what they're insinuating, what they deem to be worthy and valued. Now, all of that seems damn right impossible. I know, but it's a practice. There are still moments where I leak energy and over-explain myself and compare and look at my life and think, oh my gosh, where, what, who? There are moments of that because my system has been built on that. It has been built on constantly listening to the external noise and looking at everyone else and comparing and this, because that is fear. And that is a system that has consistently needed to protect itself from danger. And when we're not following the external noise or the rules of society, your system flags it as a danger. So shaming you or constantly comparing your life to others is what it has learnt to do to keep you safe, even if it doesn't seem like that. It's what it's known as. Well, if I try to shame you into trying to get that life, then you will, and we'll be happy. We'll be safe. We'll be comfortable. But is it actually what you want? And if we conform to what they're deeming as worthy and good enough, then we will be safe because we are worthy and good enough to them. But it's constantly catering to the external noise and what it wants. And I mean, you can't wonder why the mental health statistics is the way that it is. Because there's this constant worthy competition happening amongst human beings. And I'm like, what for? It's not like when you pass, the spirit world's like, did you get a Lamborghini? You're in. I do believe that as individuals who only experience the life of ourselves, we need more coming back to self. Practicing that, learning what it is. Learning what it is. Me saying this is not insinuating that you should know. You should know and that it's so easy. I'm not insinuating anything but guidance of, I generally can, even before I started practicing, I had the awareness. I was starting to pick up on the awakening of this, and I knew it, but my system did not feel safe to start integrating that into my reality, nor did it think that it was reasonable in the society that we're in. You know, it's taken a lot of practice for me personally, and that's okay. Years of doing one thing is not going to shift overnight into doing this new thing that is not a common denominator amongst people. It should matter how you feel in your human experience. You may resonate to some of the external noise, but that's what it is. You resonate to it. It's not some trigger of survival or fear or insecurities or comparison. You just resonate to it and you feel drawn to that being a part of your life, your reality. That's the only way it should be, is not through this upheaval, but through, even if there's some fear, it's not something that is taking so much away from you, is debilitating you. And that's a practice too. But it's really worth it. It's really worth it to be more in a sense of self, in a space of self. I don't mean self-centered. I mean just knowing the next step that you want to take. And even if you don't know it, be willing to learn what it is for you, what it looks like for you, not someone else's footsteps, yours. That's what matters in your individual journey, yours.